So before I get into the video, I want to say I'm pulling the DDLG out of all my titles, of all my videos, besides one. But why? So I got into some videos on YouTube that was posted by some even a lot of subscribed bigger content creators, let's just say, and they were just smashing people like us. And not that I didn't want to be a target, but also YouTube is getting to the point where if you put DDLG in your video title, you don't get monetized. Now, even though my channel is not being monetized, and one day it will, but until then, I'm just not putting DDLG in my titles. And number two, I'm stepping away from DDLG dynamic and just doing BDSM, mainly just the dom and sub dynamic. So that, yeah, pretty much. And that's why I'm doing that. So let's get into the questions. Hey, this is the FatKat, and I'm going to answer questions in this video. So just be basically me answering questions. What got you started in the BDSM? Two females, two women. One of them I was talking to, potentially dating, and she asked me a bunch of questions, and she realized, hey, you're a daddy dom. And I'm like, I am? Cool. So I researched it. I found out I'm not weird, and there wasn't something wrong with me of how I treat somebody, and I wanted to get into it. And then I met this other woman that put me into the community, and she mentored me. I became a sadist because I realized that's what I like, and not an abusive way like some people think that it's just an abuse thing. It's okay to be abusive in those relationships. No, girls like me to hit them more than I like to hit them. So moving on, trolls. What is your thoughts on long distance BDSM relationships? What's that? First of all, I don't do long distance. And how would you have a BDSM long distance relationship? You can't have any candy before bed. No. Next question. What is the process a girl has to do to become your little? I don't date littles. I have, but that's not what I'm looking for. I just want a DS style dynamic relationship. I'm the dom, but I treat you like a daddy. You're a sub. And if you like to watch cartoons, I like them too. If you have a little who wants to be your only little, will you be only her daddy, or will you have multiple or more than one? Okay, well, the last 3 relationships I've been in, 2 of them I wanted to have a third. Sorry. I can be monogamous, and that's fine. I was monogamous for almost 7 years. Never cheated, never wanted that third, but lately I have, and probably because I get so excited when I get into this universal mindset of a new lifestyle, or, well, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I still haven't figured that one out yet, but I would like to have a third, yes. Can I be monogamous? Yes. Moving on to the next question. If you were a fish, what kind of fish would you be, and what's your favorite type of bondage and why? Well, let's do the fish. I don't know what kind of question that is, but okay. I guess it would be a koi fish because I am a Pisces. I don't even know if I can, whatever. I'm a Pisces, so I think we're fish, traveling in opposite. Oh, I did the little thing right. And I think they're koi fish. I don't know. I'd rather be a turtle. How about that? What's your favorite type of bondage? I have not gotten a rope yet, which I'm trying to free my time up and go. I don't know if I'll like rope. No idea. I didn't think I would like to make someone bleed, and it just turned me on. I guess the hands behind the back, I guess, is pretty cool. Experienced that one. Moving on. We're going to go with the first one. Sub drop for littles. I guess you're asking me if is that a thing? Yes, it's a thing, because it's called triggers. Men and women get triggered differently. I would say the girls would get triggered either from, some people say daddy issues, abuse in past relationships. I mean, even normal people, that's normal people. Kink people, non-kinky people, it doesn't matter. You know, if you had somebody that was, you know, physically abusive, you know, some things are going to be hard limits. You know, if there was an abusive dude that always smacked you in the face, you're not going to allow that to happen again. So, you know, just some things, it just is what it is. So yeah, it's a true statement. It can't happen. Is aftercare a must? Yes, depending on if there was a impact play, if there was a humiliation play, definitely. Knife play, any kind of different situations that may be a hard limit and you're trying to make it a soft limit. I mean, yeah, you know, you have to talk. You have to let them know they're safe and everything's okay, and cuddle and nurture them. Definitely. And especially like any kind of if they go into subspace, you have to bring them out, because if they get stuck there, it's pretty scary, and they could be in a bad place in mind for a while. It'll feel like eternity. I've been dealing with sub drop and it hurts so much as a ABDL. I didn't even know you was that. Neat. It could. It just depends, you know, if they're not there for you emotionally or mentally, then it's gonna affect you. Collars. How do I feel about collars? Collars is like my opinion on collars is like it's like marriage, but it's not legal. So the difference between that would be when two people know their place and they're not having issues anymore. One is dominant, the other one is submissive, and the collar is to show and represent of who you are to them, if that's your dynamic. So, you know, if you are just a sub to them, then that is who you are. And there's going to be, you're not going to say no, you're just going to do what you're supposed to do. And that it is what it is in the dynamic. If you are a slave, you are a slave. And you are basically like saying you're married into it. So, is there ceremonies? Sure there is. Even to get collared? Yeah, you can. Sure. If you're in a community, oh yeah. Because it's kind of a big deal. It really is. Once you're collared, it's a big deal. Advice for new doms, possibly things you've learned that helped you when you started. That would be a whole different type of video, because that one could be a 15-minute rant or talk, which I think I have not posted that video. I don't know. New question. What is your ideal little? Like, if I were to be with one, middle age, probably between 7 and 12, I would imagine. We're talking, for the vanilla people, 7 to 12 is what their age regression age is, not their real age. Probably just is pretty chill. Can play by herself at times. Is needy in ways, but not always. If she wants to play, she has to be in the same room, that's fine. As long as, some days I'm not in the mood and she's okay playing by herself. She can go into subspace, a little space by herself. That would be an ideal little for me. Okay, next question. How do you get your little in a little space? When I am in the mood and I'm cool with that, I just talk to him a certain way. It's just that the daddy side, talking to them, communication, letting them know, everything's okay and I'm here to play with them, and let's get your favorite game out and let's play whatever you want. Where's your favorite stuffy at? Why ain't she with us? She could sit right next to me while you're playing, play with her hair, just talk to her. Be pretty much. What kind of things do you do to help them regress? I just pretty much explained all that. So, next question. What's the best way you found to help someone age regress? It's talking, doing what I can, really. I'm not that good at it, to be honest with you. I just really never sat down and tried it. Usually, if someone wanted to age regress, they would they already know how to do it for themselves, and then I would just join, and that's my problem. I have before, like I said, it just depends on their mood, my mood, really. What's your favorite go-to punishment? The worst punishment, my go-to is not a good one, is basically pushing them away. My other favorite punishment, I usually take things from them, like their phone, have a talk to them, tell them what they're doing wrong, how they can change, how they can be better. It's a daddy sit down punishment talk. It's pretty much what I go to. Next question. Can you age regress to different age groups at different times? Like sometimes I feel like mine is different ages at different times. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can. If you feel like you're on a border of crying, you could be a way younger age. If you feel playful, you could be a little. If you feel like being a brat, you could be older. I mean, it just really depends. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely. Because it's just in your safe zone. That's really, your age is your safe zone. So however you're feeling can be where you want to feel in that specific time, or you want to go back to age regress for reasons to make you better in ways mentally or emotionally. Next question. Best way for a little to get her daddy to be a little stricter? Well, first of all, if you're a good little girl, he doesn't need to be strict. He doesn't need to punish. Then you guys are in more of a utopian relationship, and that's always good sometimes. Keep daddy on your toes. Well, keep daddy on his toes is a little, that's okay. I like that. So the best way for a little to get her daddy to be a little stricter, be open on what you're doing. So if you're talking to other guys, let him know. If you're being bad, show him you're being bad. Always let him know, I guess. I mean, that's just really the best way I can think of it. All right, so the next question is, how do I feel about Bake for Jay? Really? I liked him. I did. I thought he was a cool dude. Me and him started about the same time, and I was starting to get more subs, and then I just kind of fell off, stopped posting videos, and he blew up. I mean, that's pretty cool for him, but then that whole people had proof and stuff and basically attacking him. Maybe he really is what everybody else says, but I don't know. I started watching a couple of videos, and I started doubting myself, going, am I giving wrong advice? Am I telling people, wrong shit? And I started freaking out, and I started watching my own videos going, no, okay, I'm alright, I'm okay, I'm safe there. It was kind of weird for me. So, how do I feel about him? Like I say, he's a good looking guy, and a lot of girls like that, but he is aggressive. He really is. And I guess I've heard comments about that, that he's really aggressive and I'm more subtle in my voice and all that. So, there's a lot of, it just really depends on how you like your guy, I guess. Cute and aggressive, or chubby and soft. Alright, next question. How do you find a dom or a sub? You really don't. I mean, the best way is to train a new one. I mean, I'm just being honest. Usually, a dom doesn't, okay, I don't even want to say how, age doesn't even matter. It's just a person. There's going to be more, doms with experience that is not trying to settle down with one person. You're basically going to have to share. Now, how do you find a perfect sub? You train them, honestly. You will get experience from being a dominant, and they will get experience in that type of dynamic with you. Because even if another person trained them to be who they are as a submissive, and they learned and knowing, what they should and shouldn't do, you're going to be more lenient on other things. So you can get onto some regular vanilla dating site, find someone that's cool, that you feel a connection with, slowly put it out there, see what they think about it. I mean, have some questions before you guys get serious, if they think that's weird. I'll tell a girl, first time meeting them, if I'm starting to like them, I'm like, hey, I sleep with stuffed animals, or send a picture with them, like me in bed with, a cute little stuffed animal on my arm. And if they think that's cute, I'm on the right path, because it means they're open-minded and all that. How do you find a dom or sub on Fetlife? Here's a problem. There's going to be a lot of fake doms. There's going to be a lot of subs. Okay, so let's say you're a sub and you're looking for a dom on Fetlife. First of all, most of them are on there just to look for sex. They're not looking for a relationship. If that's what you want, it's going to be tough, okay? Just like on any vanilla website, okay? Has nothing to do with kinks. It's just about the people. In my opinion, most doms on there are fake. And if they're real, they're normally in a relationship with 1 to 2 to 3 people. There is some out there. I'm single. I'm real, I think. How do you find me? Find a guy like me? You look. I have a nicely drawn out Fetlife page. You know, I don't have my dick picture on it. See how old their Fetlife page is. See how, just by going by like their first picture or whatever that they posted. Or most of the time you can ask them, have you played with anybody on Fetlife? Can I ask them about you? If they say no, you probably don't want to mess with them. If they say sure, I got 10 people you can talk to. Well, at least they're experienced, right? That's what you want. And you could talk to the 10 people that he, that he's played with, been in a relationship with, or hung out in the community for a while. Then they'll tell you that he's safe and how he is as a person, so it'd be fine. It's the best way. I've already mentioned this. I don't know. DDLG topic. So it's DS in the bedroom, but leaving DDLG outside of it. Yeah. There's a difference between dark play. If you two are playing and you go into sexual mode, I don't even want to talk about that. It's a whole topic for another video. What is protocol? That's another video. Fake doms on the internet, red flags, long distance. Yeah. The difference on a collar and a ring. Yeah, I talked about that one. The difference between a collar and a ring. There's a big difference. The difference between a daddy dom, sugar daddy, or just a daddy, caregiver. Oh yeah, there's a difference. Age gap. The question I get, what do I want? Do I manipulate? Do I want younger? Will I trade older in? Oh. I get this question a lot, especially when I'm trying to date. So I'm 41, and I may date a 22-year-old. Find it disgusting or not, whatever. But the question I get a lot is, when I turn 30 or whatever, are you gonna trade me in for younger? What kind of question is that? If we have bonds and I've been training you this long, why would I trade? If it was working, why would I trade you in because of age? I'm over here thinking I'm 30 and it doesn't even matter. I don't even think about age. It's just so irrelevant to me. I get with them because how awesome they are. You think that I just want to be with, some people think because of DDLG I'm a pedophile, so I want to be with a 16-year-old that doesn't know shit in bed? No. Fucking idiots. So why would I want to be with someone that is trained and makes me happy and does everything I want, and trade them in because they're too old? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I understand it's a thought that crosses your mind, but come on, that's like me saying, so if I gain more weight, you're gonna trade me in for someone skinny? Kind of the same. That's called insecurities. Don't be insecure. Do I manipulate? I have had a few questions because I usually date between 23 and 35, whatever. And I've been doing that since obviously I was 30. Do I manipulate? No. I don't guilt trip. I don't tell them it's their fault. Hell no. I talk. I'll tell them how I feel. I'll admit to my wrongs. I'll admit to my shit. So I don't know why I get that question. What is the expectation when putting yourself out there on the singles block in the BDSM world? What's your expectations? You're gonna have sex with multiple people and it's gonna be awesome? Doesn't happen. Meeting a dom and they are already wanting to give you rules and tell you what to do. Oh, I've heard. Okay, I'm gonna end it with this one. Oh my God. I've heard so many girls tell me how they just meet somebody, they're having dinner, and they're already telling them rules. Who the fuck does that? Really? You know guys have done that? That's a red flag. Get the fuck out. Be like, oh, you're a really cool person. Yeah, we'll talk later. Never. No. Given rules already. Telling her to whatever. That's crazy. Like, no, that's crazy talk. You don't do that. Ever. As a dominant. No. No. Definitely don't. I can understand some doms pushing the boundaries to see if they can connect with them and see if they're a good fit for them because they're sick of wasting their time. I kind of get it. If somebody said, well, that's why I do that. You know, we talked for days. Our first date, you know, I thought we was doing fine. We finally met up and I was just saying, hey, do this for me. You know, just take your panties off because I like, well, you wore a dress, you know, to our first date. Take your panties off, hand them to me, just to see. I would say, I mean, if you guys been talking, you guys have like this little connection going on. That's why you met, just to push her boundaries. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't see no problem with it. But already telling her what to do, like, tomorrow she has an assignment to do. Yeah, that's pushing the boundaries, and I don't think so. You know, calm it down a little bit. As for subs, just watch yourself. There's a lot of users. It don't matter if they're kinky, vanilla, doesn't matter. There's a lot of users. They see you as a possible soft-hearted, needy, desperate. Don't do it. Keep your pants on. Figure them out, and that's all I can say. Until next time. Oh, don't forget to hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, I don't care, Facebook, and I do have a POBOX. I've never mentioned this, but there's a few fans who've been like, hey, can I send you some arts and crafts and stuff? Hell yeah, send it to my POBOX. This is my Snapchat. This is my Instagram. And this is my P.O. Box. So if you want to send me something, pause, write it down. And you can send me fun stuff. I don't care. Whatever you want. Be great. It's the Fat Cat. And I hope I satisfied your questions. Yeah, cool.
Oh, cool. Did you enjoy that video? Well, if you like that video, try these videos out. That's all you gotta do. Click the video. Subscribe. The video. Oh, just hit subscribe right here.